teachers. Hope you all are doing good with your teaching journey and with your parenting journey so far. So welcome back to my channel. I'm Sonia, and for those who are new to my channel, let me introduce myself to you. I'm an educationalist and I'm a mom of 2 toddlers, and I've been dealing with the toddlers, the preschoolers and kindergarten kids for the past 9 years. I have my own school, Montessori school. So stay till the end of this video so that I'll be discussing all the details, almost all the details about how to build confidence in the kids and how to and about this mindful parenting or cautious parenting, whatever you call it. So we're going to discuss about it. So if you like this video, so please share it with your friends and whomever you know, because it is for all. And for those who are new to my channel, while you're please hit that bell icon while you're subscribing to my channel, and also share it with your friends and family. So without any further delay, let's get into the video. So now first let's start with the cautious parenting. What is cautious parenting? It's all about being cautious while you're parenting. So as a mother, you know your child better than anyone else, because you know your child even before he was born. You know your child from when the child was in your womb. So you know your child better than anyone else, and you know what is better for your child. So there are many people who will who gives advices and so-called suggestions to how to teach your kids to walk, teach your kids to eat, the potty training, or so on, every small things. So, and it's completely up to you whether whose suggestions or advices, so-called advices, you want to follow and whose you don't want to follow, because at the end of the day, you are the mother of the child and you want your child to cross all the milestones on time and to grow up to become a better citizen of the country. So that is what you want. So, and you are their primary source of learning. So you have to be more cautious, very cautious, while you're teaching them everything, every single thing, whether it's teaching them to talk, whether it's teaching them to crawl, walk, eat, the potty training, the writing, the eating training, the language, the screen time, their clothing, their food, every single thing, whether what you are talking in front of the kids, what you are about your behavior, how you're behaving in front of them, how you are sitting, how you're standing, every single thing should be very cautiously monitored. You have to be very cautious in your mind while your kids are around you. As I already mentioned in my previous videos, I'll mention all the links in the description below, so you can go ahead and watch all those videos. I have mentioned in my previous videos that the kids watch and learn from their parents. Yes, you are their idol, so they like imitating you in every single aspect, in every single situation, whether it's sitting, standing, eating, talking, or anything, everything. So please be very mindful around your kids, and because following suggestions from from some random person, maybe it may be a friend, it may be a relative, or any such kind of people, anybody, is not recommendable by me. I personally don't recommend you following suggestions by any random person, because let me tell you, because they might not know all the methods of teaching that particular thing or that particular training to the kid, and they might not be knowing the pros and cons of parenting. Maybe method A might have worked with their kid, but same method, the method may be wrong actually, but it has worked with their kid, and it's not compulsory, it is not necessary that the same method would work for your kid. And that particular method to teach your kid might be wrong, and at that point of time the child might learn that, but when he or she grows up, it might because of that method they may face some difficulty or some kind of hesitating kind of thing, which will again lower their confidence, which we definitely don't want our kids to go through. So when we are teaching them, it should be a perfect method. So being a professionalist, being into this profession for the past 9 years, being into teaching profession for the past 9 years, and being a mom of 2 toddlers, I can suggest you, I am giving you an advice to all of you to take suggestions from a parenting expert or a child psychologist or from an educationalist who is having a good amount of years, good years experience, more years of experience in teaching your age group kids. So I would suggest you this thing, and following a parenting expert or child psychologist, and following the advices given from an educationalist who has been training all the kids of your age group is not a bad suggestion. So now I hope you all have got some clarity about cautious parenting and mindful parenting. So now let's talk about few daily practices that you can do to raise a confident confident children, and how to increase the kids' confidence. The first practice is to make sure they know your love is unconditional. Yes, so they should know that that they are being loved for who they are, and especially when they test your patience, and you can just tell them that you love them for who they are, and doesn't matter what happens. So when I say this to my kids, when I tell my kids that I love them, they immediately stop whatever mischievous thing they are doing, and they come back, hug me, and tell me that they love me too. So what we do is, how I tell them, how I express my unconditional love, how I let them know that my love is unconditional to them is, I have a chat with them in the morning before their morning prayers. I have a chat with both of my kids separately. My son gets up 5 to 10 minutes before my daughter wakes up, so I have this chat with him first, and then I have the chat with my daughter. So this is the time where they focus on what I am saying, because they are fresh in the morning, they are fresh and without any thoughts, their minds are open, so they listen to me and they focus on whatever I am saying, and they talk to me whatever they want to, and they don't feel any kind of hesitation or anything. They just throw out their hearts, and I tell them at this time, I tell them how they have to behave the whole day, whether it's at school or whether it's at home or whether it's with their friends, with the elders, in the park, and these are all the discussions that we go through. And I tell them that I love you, whether when you're smiling, I love you when you're angry, I love you when you're naughty, I love you when you turn things upside down, I love you for who you are. So this is our daily morning conversation and about our unconditional love. So and we pray for the same thing, and I know that they are taking in every single word that I am speaking to them at that time, and this works very well. It has worked for me, so you can try it. For me, it worked in the morning time. Some people do it in the night before going to bed. That is the quiet time they feel, and they do it before going to bed. And some people do it in the morning, some people do it anytime in the midday. So you can do it as per your schedule. And second practice is to read books to your kids that teach important life lessons to them, like core values as a family or how to deal with disappointment. So these are the life lessons that they have to learn at the early ages. So please, there are many books. You can check it on Amazon, or you can go to a nearby library. So you can just check the books which teach important life lessons for the kids of your age, of the kids of your kids age group. So there are many books, and my kid's present favorite book is named as, its name is Helpless Can Do. So Helpless Can Do is present favorite book for both of my kids. So in this, the mailman tries to deliver an envelope addressed to Helpless Can Do, but every child in the building who is not already being helpful is inspired to help others to avoid being the recipient of that letter, and with a good lesson at the end, which is not to be helpless and to help themselves and help others, and always look at the brighter side of the life. So such stories help build the confidence of the child, and it also helps to deal with situations when they get disappointed. So this is a very important daily practice. So the third practice is let them lead the play. Let them lead the play. So it helps them feel that I trust them to make right decisions, to get things right, to do things well. So it makes them feel that there's no need for mama or dada to be in charge of us, to have fun, and it makes them feel comfortable with the idea that they are good enough to take charge of themselves, to take charge of their play. And one more thing is, do not organize their play. Let them lead their own play. They enjoy their play when it is led by them. So this again leads to build up your kids' confidence. They build up their confidence by leading their own play. They get the feeling that you trust them to take their own decisions, to make things right, to do the things in the right way. And the fourth practice is to praise their efforts and not their results. So this is little hard to acknowledge for most of us, that we were praising their results or achievements till now more than their efforts. So it's not like never praise their results or achievements. It's about majority of the time make sure that you praise their efforts more than results. So let me give you an example. So instead of saying you are a very clever boy or you are a very clever girl, and you are a very intelligent boy or you're a very intelligent girl, so instead of saying that, you can change that into you worked so hard to do that. I can see how much effort you have put into doing that job. So this is how you can praise their efforts. So praising their efforts feels better to them because it feels more genuine, and it's specific praise. They will know exactly what you are praising them for. So this again is going to boost your kids' confidence. It's going to build their confidence because they are praised for the effort that they have put in. And the fifth practice is to let your kids hear you speaking positively about them. Without them knowing that you know that they know. Don't know if that makes sense. Let me tell you in a simple way. Like, talk positively about your child to others and let the child hear these things. Not like you making your child to just sit next to you and talking to the third person about your kid who is next to you, like praising them, like my son, he's such a clever boy, he has done that, he has done this, and or my daughter knows all these things. So I'm not saying to do that. What I'm saying is, let me give you an example. What I do is I call one of my child, for example, I call my son or I call my daughter, and obviously the other will be following. So I call my daughter, and before my son reaches, I tell my daughter loudly that look how your brother has picked up all the toys and kept it in its own place and cleaned up everything, and he has worked so hard doing it. So something like that. So after my son reaches, I just keep quiet as if I don't know that he has heard it. So this is how I do it. So this way the child feels appreciated and confident about themselves. So these are the simple practices which you can include in your day-to-day life. So these are the things which gives them the confidence and boosts up the level of their confidence. So last but not the least, there's a tip, a very important tip and very useful tip. So the tip is work on yourself first. Before doing it, before implementing it, work on yourself first. That is that is where everything starts from. It's very important, and that's where everything starts from. So focus on your self-confidence first, and how to be a model to your child, to your kid. It's not only for parents, it's also for teachers. I'm telling you, do you want to raise confident kind children? Then you be confident and be kind to them. So that is what I wanted to tell you. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to share it with your friends and friends and family if you think they would like it as well. And leave a comment in the comment section below the video with your ideas for future videos on my channel, on this channel. So see you all in another video. Till then, bye bye, take care.